Hey guys, look, the chat is here. Why did it show up? Why does it ever show up when it wants to? I don't know. But I can see you guys on screen, which is great because it's a little less awkward for me trying to like chase down the chat. But officially, hello! It's time for another Creative Commons Throwback Thursday. Sorry about the bright light here, but I have the window open for once, and it's a really, really nice breeze because it's still humid. If it gets rainy though, we're going to have to shut that boy real quick because electronics and paper. Right there. So, but at least we can enjoy the breeze a little bit before possible chaos happens. And it's looking kind of grim out there, not gonna lie. Is this how we're gonna start? Is this really how we're gonna just... There's a couple... It's starting to rain. Great. Cool. Didn't get very long there. Hold on, guys. I gotta move my Legos. Well, that was short-lived. I mean, I've been up here for a couple hours, so I did get to enjoy some of it, but go figure. Hi, Phoenix. Hi, Kitty. Welcome back to the usual chaos. Gotta put my little Legos back on their pedestal. Yep. Go figure. And it's coming. Yeah, it's coming. I did not have a second chance to get that put away. But it's not too bad right now. I've been feeling weird pressure in my eyes though. Like, I can't tell if they're strained from working up close a lot recently or what, but it's really only been like last night and today, so we'll see. It's kind of twitching right now. You can't see it, but I feel it's twitching. Fennec says it's almost 80 over there today, and fresh air is overrated. I hope you're joking. But it was really nice. It was really nice while it lasted, and now it's gone, and we have to sit in our box, our little box. And also, I don't know if you guys have seen the state of my drawing tablet. You can see that nice scuffed out center. Do I have a problem? Yes. It's getting pretty bad. And to the point where I'm wondering kind of, is that what's making my eyes hurt because of the distortion it's causing looking at the screen? But I'm determined not to get a new one just yet. Like, I just want to do things smoothly and not have to worry about it, but it's on the docket. I might have to make that like a Ko-fi fund goal in the future, but I also kind of want to get a laptop so I can maybe work on things not in the office, but not just be forced to write. I don't know. It's you could argue I have the resources. I just need to use them better. But that there's no arguing that I have put a good dent in this tablet, and I think I've had it a few years now, at least 3 or 4, maybe more. It could be the pen tip, which I've not replaced, but at this point there's no going back. So replace your pen tips, I guess, or get a cover for them. I'm not sure at all. Phoenix says my entire body has been bothering me for like a week thanks to pressure changes from the weather. It is very noticeable. It's forget being an eyesore. It's trouble. Yeah, I've also had, like, usually I'll get migraines or, you know, just a lot of pressure when the storms are coming. But just recently I noticed it's in my eyes and I don't like it because it makes me worried that I'm doing something to mess them up again. Did the rain stop? Was that it? It stopped. That initial spurt stopped. Well, it's definitely looking windy and gray. So I don't think it's over. I just think it's temporarily stopped. Oh, thank you, Ahmed. Thank you, thank you. I did not know this worked. So, thank you. I didn't know if that thing worked at all on here. So, yay, thank you for that. Also, I guess if you're new, get ready to, like, maybe be productive. You can just hang out and do chores or, like, watch some other videos, but we will be having sprints to get some stuff done and to get some line art done to start, because I did promise that I would do some line art. I really wanted the window open today. Kitty just chopped up her fabric and thread too short, both at the same time, and was trying to fix it. She thinks she did save it, but she's not sure. Oh, and you can't uncut fabric. That's the worst. I intentionally, like, will overestimate because I know I'm gonna draw the wrong line and cut the wrong thing. It's been a minute, but I'd rather have extra throwaway because I've messed up that many times. Phoenix, could be the weather change is bothering your eyes. That's what I hope it is. But also, I can't just, I can't fight nature. It's not even, I've not even thought about it, but if so for you, maybe that explains why my eyes are tired. Yes, and hello lurkers, yes, hello. You're welcome to participate, you're welcome to hang out, but we will have at least a few sprints tonight. They'll all be 30 minutes. Go until 10, so I think we usually get 4 or 5 in, depending on what happens in the chat, but I will show you guys where I'm at with sketches. What's the best way to do that? Just go over here. Yeah, okay. Phonics also overestimates, because not great with measuring somehow. Measure twice, cut once, but also just measure extra and cut twice, I guess. So I'm on page 163, best case scenario. I'm saying for this week, because I know I'm not going to get all this done today. I've already done 2 pages. Best case scenario, I can get these 2 tonight, and then 2 more this weekend between doing my Twisted Tail video and a couple other things. I wish I had more days to do these, but here we are. So I'll definitely be working on that during our sprints, and then hopefully in the last sprint we will do the thumbnail for To-Do List Tuesdays, because I had an expansion on my idea. I should show you guys. Maybe I should just show you. So we have this sketch, kind of like last time when we did the Throwback Thursday sketch. Let's just do that real quick to get excited, get hyped. Let me do this in inches. What's the scale? Shoot, I don't know what the scale is. We're just gonna do it that way. 8 by 11. Maybe just go back to 300. I think it's a little bit more squat than it needs to be, but that's okay. So for To-Do List Tuesday, initially I was thinking they have, let's do a fun color. Let's do like this. we always go for the purple for the mascots, but sort of like a giant. Why is there a lag? A giant to-do list. And initially I thought like Puddles would be in here holding it up, right? But then I'm like, oh wait, what if we took it to like animation style? Or like an animator behind the scenes style? So we're still gonna have like the to-do list winding about, never ending, because it really is never ending, and go through that. So I still wanted Puddles, but of course we had to make him small. Make him small, baby. Gotta make him small. He's so pudgy. How do we do pudge? Gotta do a little pudge face. We might move that around a bit. Oh yeah, little mouth. You're like, oh, look at this big list. And my little pudge. Just got his little pudge out there. A little footsie, almost tail. I don't know where Ko is going yet, to be honest. I don't know if Ko is the problem and Ko is filling the list out, or if it is just Puddles, but I wanted essentially to have enough where it goes sketch to color and finished. So there's like a transition process. That's what I wanted it to look like, to, you know, go with the vibe of like to do work in progress. I know this much. I know that I want Puddles kind of holding up the never-ending to-do list. So I'm gonna save that for a sketchy sketch, or a idea. Just the idea. To-do list Tuesdays. Wait. Okay. So yeah, something like that. So we can think of ideas of what Ko is doing. I'm not entirely sure, but we can think of that and see if, because I feel like he should be over here somewhere. So he could be like on the list, like, you know how when they go ha, and the puppies go rawr. He could do something like that and be like all spread out trying to like control it, but it's not controllable. He could do that, I guess. And we can have like some plants or something in the background to give you that definition of the scene, like a little office scene or whatever. I should get an office plant, but really it should probably be a succulent so it doesn't die. I think that's going to be, I'll put like a window, just stuff that we can like show that. Put the list coming off this desk here. I don't know what the leg situation is, but it's gonna be something. Big list, trying to hold it up. So if Ko's over there, he's probably gonna have to be more flat. Trying to flatten that out. Try to get some control on this list, is what I'm thinking. So yeah, something like that will be the thumbnail. So, yeah, that way you can have that transition. I thought of him being on the top writing the list, and he could be on the sketchy side, so we could do that as well. I would just like shift this over and put him up here somewhere, but like shift things around. So we'll keep this for now because we do need to jump into our first sprint and get some line art done. So I think we're actually gonna jump over here, make sure we're on the black and we don't mess that up again. Yeah, those are black, okay. And get started for the first sprint. So I hope you guys are ready. Let me know what you're working on or if you're just hanging out tonight. Still trying to figure out scheduling for May with all the events coming up and how that's going to affect the live streams possibly. So keep an eye open. But we're going to jump into our first sprint and do some line art. Yes, we get to look forward to it for the last sprint just like we did last time. Alrighty. It's about that time. Dare I open the window? Let's try and open it. Move my plants. The only plants I can keep alive are made in Denmark. Maybe I'll just keep them there since I'll have to close the window later. But yeah, let's get into our first sprint. 30 minutes on the clock. Let's get it done in 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, we are back from our first sprint. Whoop, whoop, too many things are moving. Got some line art done for the first couple of panels here. Slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race, right, guys? Right? Yeah, it's a process. And whoop. Just trying to get everything as detailed as possible, because I know by the time I get around to finishing these pages, it's gonna be a little bit, because that's been the track record. Not that I have as much time as I used to, because we're trying to get this thing done this year. But definitely need to work on the mindset of this is how much time and effort I've put in versus this is how much I've accomplished, which is hard to do. It is definitely hard to do. But we're trying. So I just gotta ink this bottom panel down here, and it'll be good enough. Well, I don't want to say good enough, because that sounds like I'm not like totally putting the effort in, but it'll be good for me to move on, because I'm going to probably tweak some when I come back to it. So that's where we are at. Actually, let me real quick turn these off. There we go. Let's see. Phoenix chose a book to read that they think little Phoenix would have loved had they the chance to read it. Definitely Slow and Steady wins the race. I'm just trying to balance that. Like, a lot of the thought today was, why don't I feel like I was productive the first quarter? Because I've still not made a quarter one, like, recap, quarter two goal official video. And while I was walking the dogs, I was like, it's because I keep putting the end result as a measurement of success, instead of being like, I've been in the office, I've been up here more, we've been doing more live streams, we've made leaps and bounds in terms of like what direction we're going. So yeah, the page is significantly less than I would have hoped to have done by now, but I've done so much more. So I need to really just find a way to appreciate that, which is why we came back to writing what we're doing and how much time we're up in here. Though, to be honest, the chunks that my work, my big girl job does take up a big chunk that I could be drawing, but it's not. It's not. So we're doing more line art. Just trying to change the way we think about progress and productivity and success and blah 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 blah. So you guys you've been around for the ups and downs and the struggles. But kicking butt even if it doesn't seem like it. Thank you. I got you guys in my corner to remind me when I'm being way too hard on myself, but we're kicking butt. We are working on a comic. We are writing a novel. We have made stickers that have, the order is begun processing, so it's not shipped yet, but they've begun processing it. I already moved it. I got part of a different order that I got like 2 new shelves / cubes for my table display, and then I believe the restock is also been shipped. So that's all going in the background as well. I really just need to also figure out this workshop presentation, because of everything I have coming up that's stressing me out. That's the one that, like, if I had to cut one thing out, that's the one thing I would just be like, I don't want to do it anymore. I just, like, I know it's important and I know I should, but I'm not that type of person. And it's just more stress than I think it will be reward. I don't know, but we're still gonna go through with it and do our best. But if I had to cut something out, it would be that. For sure. Just saying. Kitty's still working on finishing the second armhole and is almost done. It can definitely be hard to measure success. Everybody's different in how they measure it. I know that like putting deadlines on things, because I'm a productive procrastinator, doesn't quite work. Like, I can't put a date on when something needs to be done unless someone else puts the date on it for me. There's the difference there. But I can commit myself to like showing up time wise. So I'm just trying to remember all that. And that's true. It's because all this effort is between so many different projects and in so many different directions. You know, you just don't see the big measure. But eventually I will have a maximum of 3 things going on. I think 3 is the smallest I can go if I'm being honest with myself. I don't think I can do less than 3 projects at once in this day and age. Maybe. Because when Kuro Kenshin's done, we're gonna go heavy into Fox, Wolf, and Hound. Most likely start the feelers for both with the Cherry on Top Season 2 and Patch Fox. Yeah, 3 is the minimum, apparently. Kitty's been feeling kind of unsuccessful with reading this year because it's been way less than last year, but then she reminds herself how much more she's been enjoying what she's reading this year. And that's super important, too. Like, I definitely think with that, like, sort of, again, toxic productivity mindset, or measuring by numbers, like how many books you've read, how many miles you've run, how much weight you can lift, you kind of lose that important bit of like, what are you doing it for? That's why when I put my book goals for the year, it wasn't to try and hit a certain number. It was, these are things that I think I'll enjoy reading, and actually quite a few are rereads. And then it was stuff that I've had on my shelf that I'm like kind of obliged to finish reading, but there was still like really no real outside pressure except for myself. So have I enjoyed most of them? Absolutely. Have there been a couple where I wanted to DNF, but I only had a couple to read, so I was like, might as well finish it? Absolutely. But yeah, it's like, trust me, I will have a productive day every day if I can. But we don't have to measure it that way. I don't know. There's some bubble in there that's very profound, but we have not figured out the words for it yet. Phoenix has been struggling to read at all, which is part of the reason for Throwback and finding stuff kid me would have loved. Yeah. And that's, like I said, with like some of the Disney rereads or whatever, not really worried about why, like, I don't, aside from the Twisted Tales, it's nice to just be able to read stuff and not have to tell people, oh, I read this book, or like, I added this book to my list. Kid Me wants to be drawing more. There was a reveal, like a character, creature, art design reveal that the girl who is working on the Indie Author News Show with me had, because she had hired an artist who was actually like a paleo, what was his actual title? A paleo artist, I think. So he draws dinosaurs for his job, and he did this custom creature artwork, and I'm just like literally my inner child is like, I want to draw like that. I want to draw dinosaurs. And then I had to draw Kuro Kenshin, but I do think I still feel a ball and chain with this project, only because I don't have the outward excitement for it like I did when I was initially working on it. So there's very little like sparks for me to be like, oh, yep, I'm going to get this done so you can read it. It's very much for myself, and I don't do many things for myself that way. And if I did, like, I don't know, it's kind of one of those, like, if you could cut it out of your life, how would you feel? And it's very mixed feelings. But I do want to finish it. I'm just the only motivator to finish it, unfortunately. The only one. And deadlines do only work if they're external. So if somebody wants to give me a Kuro Kenshin deadline, maybe that will help. But if I tell myself to finish something by a specific date, I just won't do it, because we are our worst enemies and we have all the excuses. All of them. And they make sense and we justify them. And that's why I have you guys to like hold me accountable to certain things, but it can only go so far. That's also true. It can only really go so far. Fennec said they need to switch between projects. That's just the way their brain works. Struggle with demand avoidance. Like if my brain takes something as a demand, it just shuts down and I end up doing nothing. I hate it, but it just happens. Demand avoidance is so rude. So rude. Yes. I probably am definitely going through part of that. But it's like not all the time. So it's interesting, like maybe it's how I'm demanding myself to do it. Like, why is it easier for me to say, hey, go up and spend 2 hours, try to get some line art done, versus I need to get 5 pages. I think that's it. As soon as I said it, I was like, I don't want to. I don't know, maybe it's just that harder deadline or harder goal, which it's like I want to be disciplined and do the things, but for whatever reason it's not the same in the brain right now. And that is actually part of what happened to me with my reading, Fennec says. So much of it started to feel like a demand or pressure. So I've been finding stuff I've not really heard anything about, rolling into it, gaining experience for my kid character from my RPG. Very nice. Do it into something you love. I think we need to indulge our inner kids more. It keeps the excitement and curiosity alive. Yes, yes, yes. We just need a whole like inner child stream or something. But we have to do this Tuesday. Inner child, kid. None of these words work with days of the week, but if you can think of something, maybe we can do a theme. Kitty's also been trying to indulge her inner child by just doing some art with her nephew. It can be really bad. He won't judge me, which makes it way more fun and less pressure to create something perfect. FedEx has also found ways to not have expectations on their self and yet actually accomplish quite a bit. Just go with the internal flow. And for them, they end up accomplishing more when they try to be more structured. So we're all learning things about ourselves through these processes. Processes. We're gonna forego pronunciation checks today because we're not here to be perfect. We're here to be our true, honest selves. Right below. Right below. Hi. Yes, you can look out the window. You wish you had a little seat there. I bet you would lay there and just stare out the window. I bet she would. Instead, I have a printer. But when I get my shelf situation fixed back here, maybe. I'm sure there's going to be some office reorganizing. In the future, in the near future, I do need to like declutter and at least tidy up and like go through papers and junk, but you want me to move this? I don't think you can look out the window. Yeah. See who she's. Sorry, I'm gonna move you guys for a minute. Ugh. She just gets to look out the window. You not about? You didn't like that? You didn't like that? Was that one of those scorpion things? Yeah, they out. They out. Well, you can keep looking out the window. That's okay. Sorry, I don't have a little bed for you to lay on. Precious. 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 Where did I miss? Phoenix just said they were approaching things. I'm gonna pull you guys back up so I can actually read it. Things as if they're the kid, more in it for the experience and just the joy of doing stuff. Yes, we need that energy. Also, hi Ryan. We're good. We are getting close to starting our next 30-minute sprint to. I'm working on line art. People are kind of working on whatever. So you're welcome to work or hang out and ask questions I like. Thanks for stumbling into my stream. Kitty wanted to add that her nephew makes really cool art, and a big part of the fun is watching him make stuff and asking him about it. I know, Willow just precious baby. What's out there? I think she has a vendetta going on with the neighbor across the street, but I'm not entirely sure if it's the neighbor, like person, or if it's the big fluffy gray angry cat that like occasionally walks back there. Not about that right now. Not about it. Do you have to go outside? Do you have to go outside? You shouldn't. We just came in like a little bit ago. That's not her outside face, so we're good. But yeah, welcome to the thingy. Ryan said they're probably going to stream later if the thing works and if I'm allowed. Well, go for it. Go for it. StreamYard is pretty good if you're just starting out, just to like easy entry into streams for sure. That's true. Also, being Throwback Thursday, we do tend to focus more on stuff our kids selves would want to do. So I guess me trying to work on a comic is relevant. It's relevant. It's fine. But we can do whatever we want. So I am going to get back to working on some of this line art. Try to finish this page during the sprint. Willow Bear. The kitty cannot get you. Nobody is even over there. She is obsessed with looking out the window now. But yeah, I'm going to get to inking this line art, and we're going to put the 30-minute timer on. And we will get things moving. So it is time for a sprint, and acknowledged Ryan. We shall use he. And Kitty just finished the armhole so she can figure out what's next this sprint. Perfect. So we all have our somewhat assigned tasks, or, well, we're going to take out assigned because that does a little put more pressure on it. We have our chosen tasks for the sprint, and we'll touch back with each other in about 30 minutes. So timer is going. Get stuff done, guys, in 3, 2, 1, go! Do 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 do. We're back. We're back. Let me just erase these couple little lines real quick. Just erase the little lines. So far, the energy has not teetered out. But, you know, it's 8:30. So once 9 o'clock hits, we'll see how that energy fares. But, so far so good. Also, hey Ian, thanks for popping in. Yeah, what you drawing? What you drawing? Phoenix is still checking out that kid's book that little Phoenix would have loved, and might switch to making a reading journal. Very fun. Oh, let me switch back here. Boom, boom, boom. Other than that, yeah, we're doing pretty good. I don't know if Ryan's still around, but if you are, hopefully that explanation worked. If not, just let me know. Ask more questions. But yeah, we buddy work and then we chat. Basically, that's the short end of it. We've got a nice, somewhat clear sky now. So just that one spurt of rain at the beginning of the stream to make us worry, but everything looks good. Everything looks much better, and I don't think it's gonna rain again. I hope it's not gonna rain again tonight. I need a break. Doesn't look like any rain is in the near forecast. Well, maybe later tomorrow, but that's tomorrow. That's tomorrow's problem, not today. I am wanting a tea or something instead of just my water, but I have to finish this at least. Look how much it's scraped off. Every time I get one of these, it scrapes off so bad, no matter how gentle I am. But you can still see some of the Disney dogs, and some of them are definitely missing. Also, this was your reminder to hydrate. If you didn't get that, hydrate, please. Hydrate, hydrate. Ooh. We're working on some Westies art, Ian. Okay, very nice. Very nice. Yes, I just got your message, so I have been thinking about the Westies because I've been wanting to do some more animal art, and I'm like, oh, I should draw horses. I should draw the Westies horses. And then I'm like, I should also just practice drawing horses so I can draw them with confidence. But oh, on these, probably, I'm sure like I could have put like a clear sticker or something over it, because this is not like a sticker or anything. It's a very easily scrapable painted on cup, where you can see like they probably put some print on it because there's like a border. But once you've had two and they've both done the same thing, no matter how gentle you are, you just accept it and you fill it with water and you go about your day. But hopefully the stickers that I ordered are much more water resistant and will be better quality. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're going to be better quality than what I've been able to make at home. But maybe I'll need a whole new water bottle for that. Maybe. I'm not going to scrape stuff off, but... And finish it fast, you can get what you want. Wait, did I miss one? I wonder if you can put some finisher. Yes, you did send me the chapter, so we did go over the little extension, I believe. Or maybe you just told me about it. Send it to me again, just to make sure, because I remember you telling me about it, so I feel like my memories might be from what you told me versus me reading it. So just send it to me just in case, and we'll double check. But yay, I'm glad you like how that ending is going for you. Phoenix did hydrate, got up. If I get up next sprint, they might make themselves a coffee. Oh. Kitty got caught up talking to her sister and now is having a little sandwich break. Delicious and nutritious. We haven't talked about food yet this stream. So thank you for that. What kind of sandwich? What kind of sandwich are you eating? I made curry with like a Indian simmer sauce, but I made that for dinner, so I had a little bowl before stream. I added in a few extra spices, and I'm not 100% sure that I like, but maybe it was like super fresh, so I don't know if things really soaked in, but we'll see. We'll see when we have a little bit more later. And Thog is still here. Yeah, what kind of sandwich? You can't just tell us you're eating a sandwich and not tell us what kind of sandwich. Don't be silly. Almond butter raspberry jam. That sounds good. That sounds good, especially because I haven't been eating peanut butter. Like, I don't know why I don't just get almond butter. I have been craving like a PB&J, and that speaks to me. That makes me want it. But we're gonna hold off. We're gonna hold off because we have, let's see, the next sprint should take us to about quarter after, and then the final sprint will wrap us up before 10. So I have one more sprint, and then I can work on the thumbnail for to-do list Tuesdays. Phoenix has some leftover mac and cheese for dinner, but yum, curry sounds good. It doesn't. I mean, it turned out good. I'm tasting too many of the added flavors, the added seasonings, and I don't usually like season my food extra. So I hope it soaks in and blends better. Well, hello. You gonna peek out the window? It's dark now. You can't really see anything. Yeah. Oh. You can't see anything. Willow, do you want to say hi? Come here. Come here. You want to say hi to everybody? Oh. Watch your leg. Watch your leg. Why do you have to put your paw up here? What? Yes. Yeah, she's been very good and very patient. Look at my hand on you here. Yeah. Don't do that. Your brother does that. You have bear claws. Yours is just baby bear claws, and his is big bear claws. You doing good so far? You still doing good? Do you have to go potty? Oh, Atreyu got skunked this morning, so kind of hesitant about just willy-nilly letting them outside for a little bit. Thankfully, it wasn't a full skunk, if that makes sense. He just got like a little patch right by his ear, and we were able to tackle it quick enough with the like hydrogen peroxide, Dawn baking soda concoction, and so he smells fine now. Like, if you get really up close, you can maybe catch a brief latent scent of it, but it was 5:30 in the morning. That's not what I wanted to wake up to. And now every time I let them out, I have to like go out, survey the land, and make sure the little skunky is not there. But Willow was good. She did not get skunked, but she kept following me around while I was trying to get Atreyu cleaned up, and just like watching and being like, hey, it wasn't me. So yeah, I don't know if I will. She's not giving me vibes of like she has to go potty, but every time I say that, she does. You have to go potty? Yeah. I think you just know that means you can go outside. Do you have to? Do we have to go potty? We might have to go potty. So I think I will start this sprint by letting them out and praying there's no skunky skunks. I didn't think they would be around this season because we haven't seen them, but lo and behold, they are. They are. Phoenix had waffles with peanut butter and strawberry jam for breakfast today. There we go. Definitely a throwback there. We love some waffles. But yes, ick to the skunk. That's how I woke up, because Terry had let them out. And I woke up to my dog smelling a skunk in my bed. But like I said, it was just here, so like it didn't spread anywhere. And he came to me because he knew I could get him cleaned up properly. So yeah, we're gonna try to go outside potty and hopefully not have an accident. I will come back and tell you guys if that's the case. So if the sprint is interrupted or I don't know. Don't worry about it. We're not going to worry about that because that's not going to happen. We're not going to have any skunk issues. We're just going to go potty and we're going to come back and we're going to do line art so we can do one more sprint. That's the plan. Yes, she definitely wants attention. Except for when she wants attention, she also just wants to like ignore you. It's one of those. It's kind of like a cat. But let me get us switched back over for the sprint. I'm gonna put that over there. It's fine. Yes, Mama will make you stink less because Mama will just patiently scrub you and bathe you until you smell better. So he is Mama's boy. We all knew that though. Alright, let me go take care of my puppers. We're gonna do one more sprint before the final. So if you've got any things you're trying to wrap up, you got 2 more sprints tonight, guys. 2 more sprints. But let's get this one going in 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, guys, that was our second to last sprint. We have one more to go, and I was so close. Like, I have just this little bit left to ink. Just that little bit. Just that person right there. Just Rikia. So now we have to wait. But he turned out really good. He's the bad guy. Or one of them. He is definitely an antagonist. Numero prime. Is he numero uno? That is hard to say. I think we definitely have an unexpected protagonist situation. But this is our prime antagonist in his youth, being an antagonist. So yeah, he turned out actually pretty good. We still have to draw Rikia, but as per promised, we're putting away the line art for today so that we can work on to-do list Tuesday thumbnail. I know, so close in. Also, good night, dog. Good night. Yeah, so I think this could work. So the last thing I need is putting more on my list. The list is already so long. So I just need to do like a little bit more sketchiness and then have the process get cleaned up and developed. So we'll get something done during the final sprint for that. Kitty is struggling so hard trying to hand sew gathers, to hand sew gathers. Oh, and those get, like, when those bunch up, that gets really hard to do. No idea what I'm doing. I do not envy you, unfortunately. That is not a top sewing enjoyable task for me. So also hand sewing it, I just feel like it would get difficult because of the layers kind of bunching over each other. Maybe you can do it in like where you have a bunch and you kind of just like sew a little cross there to hold it, and then like essentially fix. Don't know if this is the technique to hand sew it, by the way. You should probably look up an actual like seamstress doing it. But in my head, I'm like, if this were me and I didn't know what I was doing, but I knew I had like bunches to get through, I'd probably like, or I guess you could just use pins and like heavily pin or safety pin the gathered bits and just kind of like tackle them in chunks. Maybe, I don't know. I am not a seamstress. What is this very long hair? Not attached. You're not in the clip. Phoenix made it about halfway through the book and grabbed cheese and crackers for a snack. Forgot I had some crackers. We got snacks today, by the way. We went to Aldi, and I love shopping there because it feels like we end up with so many groceries for such an affordable price, and it's like Aldi should be everywhere. AKA, if we can't have Aldi everywhere, food should be this affordable everywhere. Just saying. Phoenix is also always making things up as they go when they sew. No actual idea what I'm doing, but fake it till I make it. That's how I am with crochet right now. And I wouldn't say I've been getting the crochet bug necessarily, but in knowing that I'm going to have to clean up a bit here, I'm probably gonna move my crochet stuff back downstairs to the living room, since I do end up, I'm gonna end my nights probably watching Murder, She Wrote for an episode or two. So like maybe I could just be crocheting something and see what happens, instead of just doing puzzles on my phone. So I think I'm going to take some of that stuff down tonight, or at least I can take down a cord of yarn and remind myself that I can do it. I have no plan though. No plan. And I only have one type of purple, so if I even did think of possibly attempting to do a puddles, it would just be like the blob of his body, because I don't have the darker purple. So maybe an amorphous blob is the way to start. And do I want, no, you know what, I think we need to give the true crime a break. It was a couple of dark episodes and I might need a cleanser. Alright, so it's very slight gather, so there's not much to gather itself. And it keeps slipping further back, might just do very tiny pleats. I feel like that's reasonable, because at least you can more or less structure them. But I say that not having had to hand sew more than like, you know, stitching up a rip in a pair of pants recently, so do not trust me. Phoenix keeps meaning to at least give crocheting a try for the first time. If you can, I don't know how good you are at following tutorials, but I had a person I know show me just how to start, and I've learned that I'm much better at making the magic rings than I am at doing a straight line. Couldn't tell you. I also have not like tried to follow a pattern properly. So even though I do have a book, I have one over there. I do have one like crochet guidebook I got for Christmas one year, and I remember starting it, realizing I was misreading I was gonna call it a recipe, the instructions very wrong, and never went back to try it again. So there's that. There's also that. We have a Willow with us. She's now laying down because this is, like I said, 9:30 is where they start wanting to go to bed. So we're not gonna say any trigger words, okay guys? No trigger words. 13, 14, 15, today's the 16th. I'm so close, yet not so close to finishing that step tracker to Disneyland. Why am I still doing it when I know I'm not going to Disneyland for a few good years that this is no longer relevant? Cause I started it. It's just gonna sit there till it's done, and then we'll act like we never did it. Speaking of true crime, obviously not true, but I found a haunted killer thing for a few dollars thrifting. Also a museum escape room that looks like fun. Interesting. So is it like an I want to say activity book, but I know there's also like some one play board games, or where like you have like 3 different endings you can possibly get. I've been wanting to try one, but I also don't want to spend board game money on a game I might only play once if it's only like got one ending. Or maybe, I don't know, 3 endings, but once you already figure out the killer, does it change? I don't know. I did have a sort of crime themed activity book, which it was a lot of like deductive reasoning questions, and then like here's a code where you just gotta figure out what the letters and the numbers are. Like there was some good stuff in there, but some of it was literally just like basic problem solving, and I was like, but I want to solve a murder. Give me the bad guy. So also suck at following tutorials. Well, at least we have that. We can share in that together. We can't follow the tutorials. We need a person. We need a person. Please show us. Be an adult. 9:27, which means we gotta start the sprint soon so we finish before 10. They are both one play. I'm sorry, I looked behind the scenes. They are both one play, and that's why I'm excited to have found them thrifting for a few dollars instead of each like over 20. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, where it's like 20, 30 bucks for a game you're gonna play once. Share the love. Find it thrifted. Better yet, find it at one of those like game rooms where you can just pay $5 to get in and then you can play all their games. I haven't done that in a while. Sounds fun. Okay, so do we want to do regular sprint of like I'm muted and y'all just do your thing? Or do we want the option of I'm not muted and I'm kind of narrating my thoughts? Would that be distracting to you guys? Because if that's the case, I don't want to distract you guys and take away your sprinty time. But since this is still like in the development process, I feel like I could talk through it, and that may or may not be interesting, but still the final sprint of sorts. So just let me know if you want regular muted sprint style or if you want commentary sprint style. I guess that's what we're gonna call it. The Hunt a Killer game comes with paperwork and evidence. It happened to come with a bottle opener, which I needed to pull out and use. So if nothing else, I now have a bottle opener. Very nice. I wish I lived anywhere near one of the game room things. They've become like not a hot commodity, but it was like in a short time period we had 3 different ones. Well, one had been here for a while that I just didn't know about. But like we had 2 or 3 new ones pop up within like a 2-year period post-COVID as well. So kind of interesting that they all popped up at the same time. I don't know how they're going though, because I haven't been there. Could not tell you. Fennec says, good with talking through it, excited for it and not zeroed in on a project. Kitty doesn't mind either. We'll switch over to video on demand. I'm watching during the sprint anyways. Fennec says, they were popular in the Pacific Northwest even before I moved out here and still going strong, but out in the middle of nowhere there's no such oh. The closest one is at least 3 hours away. So you gotta make like, again, that's another like day trip. Which could be fun, like spend a whole day playing different games, have some food, have some good times, but that's definitely a bigger commitment to go that far away. Because actually a day trip would be more like an overnight trip. I think if you're gonna drive 3 hours, that's a little bit, it's a little bit of a drive. But since you guys don't mind, I'm gonna put the timer up for final sprint. Final sprint! And we have 30 minutes because we're gonna hit the hour with this sprint whether or not we mute, so we're just gonna go for it. And if you don't want to listen, you are more than welcome to mute me and come back on the hour. But I'm gonna get over here because I think Puddle's little sketch turned out adorable, but in order for the sketch to final kind of picture look to come together, a couple things need to happen. One is the ratio for the thumbnail. I do believe it's more narrow than this particular file because I had to scale up, but I did not scale it properly. So let me first check that because I don't want to ruin it. We're just gonna We're just gonna throw up a random one. Where did I even put? Okay, here we go. We're just gonna throw this up so I can scale it and get the proper ratio. I thought so. I thought it was a lot more narrow for the thumbnail. So foist things foist. We're gonna crop our image to fit it better. I'm okay with a little bit of overlay, but I don't want to draw so much extra and then it not fit right. So we're working with a much more narrow drawing space. And I still want the window here, because I think that will, even though I hate drawing straight, or I hate having to pretend my lines are straight, but that's okay. I'm gonna put the window here. Maybe it's like a cracked open window, so it only comes down this far, and that's open, and there's like a tree outside and voids. And then there's a wall, so we've got to do the wall to create our dimension across the way. I think the desk is gonna come out further. Well, we did lose our top section here, so actually we're going to just kind of lower that whole thing. I guess I didn't have to do it that way, but I did. And just have it spilling over the desk. It very much feels like Santa's little elves be checking that list twice right now with the long, long list. And we got to get, his arms aren't, Code does not have super long appendages, so we gotta remember that. It's more, he kind of feels like a Nickelodeon cartoon, like not quite cat dog, but definitely that level of cartoony, I think, which we love him. We love our Cole. And he's got this like little butt up there. And I think maybe bring him in the picture a little bit more. Who's messaging me? I'm in a sprint. They can wait. It's not an emergency. Boop. We got the toe beans. We got the tail. Which we can cut off a little bit of the tail, but we had to get more of Coe in there. What if he had like a pencil behind his ear, like he's working on something, but would it be here? Because that's not really, it would, you know, behind the ear would be like sticking out there, but it's like, what is that even attached to? So maybe he's, oh, maybe he's got it in his mouth. Okay, zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. And you gotta go traditional number 2 pencil. That way people know it's a pencil. That's the only way you're gonna know it's a pencil. So he could still kind of be messing with the list, but rather than being up top where we won't be able to get enough scaled in, he's down there fussing with it. Hopefully crossing things off. Hopefully we're crossing things off, because there's so many things on the list. My life is this long list. Whee! Something like that. I think. Oh, we gotta develop this plant a little bit more. Actually, there's a very particular plant. I don't think he's that big though. I kind of like the big plant. We're gonna keep the big plant for now. The other plant will make his guest appearance at a later time. It was the one that I did the Christmas gift stickers for, where he's like copying his butt in a photocopier. Because he's just got so many stories, that little work plant they have. I don't know what type of plant this is, but I want it to have these big, fun leaves reaching out. And then we're going to clean up the sketch a bit, just so I don't have to redraw the sketch. So I feel like that's silly. That's gonna take away some of that, like, wait, why is there two lines? That line doesn't need to be there. Yeah, it's one thing to like draw line art over a sketch. It's another thing to draw a sketch over a sketch. I mean, I guess if you're just blocking something out for space, it makes sense. Which I definitely do a lot with Kuro Kenshin. Just because I'm used to doing blocking rather than full sketches when I'm setting up pages, and then I judge it as I go. Is it the most time effective? No, but it works for me. For this project, it works. For future projects, I think I would definitely approach it differently. So like when Kuro Kenshin is done, I do, maybe not right away because a little bit of burnt out with trying to make a comic again. But I do want to use the season 2 of With a Cherry on Top as a way to learn. I think I might be repeating my words a bit, but I want to use that as a practice, but also like practice in a it's gonna be done that way. Like I'm not gonna redo it, but I want to do it as a webcomic and kind of go back to maybe a posting schedule. It might be something like once a month. So something a lot more lax. That'll give me time to actually get the pages done, since it'll be a whole new process. But definitely before I start that, I would like get a few pages ahead, or I say pages, but if you've read webcomics where it's just a long scroll, that's like multiple pages in one. So I guess a scene or like partial chapter, whatever that is, whatever you want to call it, I would have a couple of those ready ahead, so I'm always a few months ahead just in case something happens. In theory, but also sometimes I just get too excited to share things, and then it ruins my life. So I'll consult you guys when we get there, just to make sure. But like I said, it's probably not going to happen right away, but it is something that's been a recurring, like, still want to do it, maybe not just now. I love his big nose. His big nose. His little pig nose. Alright, so he's got his pencil. It's gonna be a red pencil because this side's gonna be the color side. Little puddles. Wow. I hope that the stickers come out good. I should be seeing them soon, so that is... I say soon, but I think the delivery is still slated around the 26th to 29th, so soon enough. Then I won't have to keep worrying, but I hope they turned out good and everybody loves them, and it was a good idea to do that now. We did have quite a year of making, like, I guess with Supreme, like, we did already start testing out the sticker vendors, so having this vendor falls into that test of sorts because it's a new vendor, but they had better options than the one I did the most recent order through, so hopefully everything turned out well. And then we'll be happy-go-lucky. Shoosh. Am I cleaning up the sketch a bit too much? Maybe, but I can always add more sketch lines. Can always add more sketch lines. Actually, we're gonna keep that deer. Whoa. I just want to make sure at least their details are accurate and not just rushed. Yes, we did little Pudge. Just a little Pudge. Okay. I feel like I was also saying something before I started talking about with the cherry on top. But forgive me for forgetting what that could have been. Ooh, I think I'm gonna put this little like ropey pattern. Except for I'm already like, how do I do that? Oh well, it's gonna have this kind of rando texture on it, on this basket. That's gonna be part of the design there. Erase the wall behind it. Erasing the wall behind it. Erasing these weird lines. What was I? Where did the train go? Where did the thought train go? It just came into the station. One thing started unloading and it got hyper fixated on it and forgot about the other passengers, and then it just left before anybody else had a chance to get off. It's not a very good system. Brain, get it together. Oh, that is so uneven. So we gotta draw more to make it look intentional. Oh, da, 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 da. And then we erase the background lines there. Alright. Okay, okay. Oopsie. I think our little sketch is coming along. Now what I'm going to do is add another sketch under it. That's kind of more of like if you were setting up how things would actually go. So, because the purple, I usually like having... Oh, I didn't finish the plant. Go back to the plant. Go back to the plant. And I feel like the train just left the station again. It is too late in the day for me to keep my thoughts straight, so y'all will forgive me. Y'all can forgive me for just being too darn distracted. We're talking about finishing Kuro Kenshin and Waycott coming out. Later, we're gonna... We don't know where that train was going, so we're just gonna ride the new one here. I'm probably gonna lighten up this blue layer, but I'm having fun. I'm having fun. You can tell when like my brain stops producing words for you guys. I'm getting focused and hopefully having fun. In most cases, I'm having fun. Trying to make it look like, oh yeah, I portioned out all his little joints and everything, and then we made the window straight and all that jazz. We did that. We put a little sky back there. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do love it just being a sketch anyway, so it may not look totally finished from one end to the other, but we're just gonna go with that vibe and see where it takes us. With his little pudge belly. Puddles is kind of shaped like a snowman, but a purple pudgy snowman. And probably unnecessary lines we did in the background for the sketch. Cool. Cool. That looks like something super entertaining. I'm gonna just lighten that up a bit there. Yeah. Cool. Well, I kind of like this already. But we are going to try to put in some color toward the one end so it goes sort of like a transition, which means between these two layers is where I need the color from my dudes, but that's a modified color there, so I need the actual base colors, which is great because we have our color reference. Woohoo. We'll see if we like the color on here at all. If not, I'm totally happy with having it be like sketchy and clean sketchy. But we'll see if adding the color does what we want it to or not. I haven't thought about Patch Fox in a little bit since the mascots made their resurgence, but I still do want to, I was gonna say tackle him. I still do want to bring him, ooh, that's That can't be the right color, is it? Is it that dark? I guess it is. I still want to try and have his first book drafted or like scripted or something where I can get it in front of people, because I want to make sure the message conveys properly with like the story I'm trying to tell, because I think it's pretty straightforward, but I don't know if I am gonna be secretive about it, just because I want to make sure it works before we give it away. But I'm sure you guys in my Discord chat will be the first ones privy to the story and get to give me your feedback. But at least I want to get to the point where any possible issues with the story are addressed. I probably need to... Actually, that's kind of fun with that, like, bright purple. So let me try something real quick before I change it. We're gonna do a gradient over just the lines. I forgot it doesn't work that way. Do I like the black, or do I want just a darker purple? I think I'm gonna try the darker purple. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Yeah, you can see the vision. You can see the vision. It's coming together. It's coming together. Trust me. I think we can do the purple there. We'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna do it on different layers so I can decide how much to keep and to go. I only have 6 minutes? Oh, I didn't even... Oh, wait, I can't do my timer because that would murder you guys for your sensory stuff, so we're not gonna... I'm gonna give them a pretty standard brown wall. And we're just gonna see. We're just gonna see if we like sort of the in-process coloring. Almost as if we have a paintbrush and we just did parts of it. Something very unfinished. We're gonna do some of the green in the trees. I guess it doesn't have to be like super in the lines. Trying to keep an eye on the time as well. What color rug should there be? More blue. More blue. I'm gonna do that. And if we don't like the color, it's on a separate layer, so I can just make it all go away. Actually, if we're gonna do a slightly like papery, yeah. And this one's allowed to be messy, which is nice. Whereas like the Throwback Thursday one, I'm like, I have to make it look good. Pencil. Actually, it's going to be a red pencil because we're going to cross out things with our red pencil, just because. We got 4 minutes. Ah! if I can get any color in puddles reasonably. We're gonna try, and then if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I'm going to just give this boy some color, and then maybe we'll see if we have to like take some color away or what we need to do to get it to be in the transition, because he's definitely where the line changes. So almost do I want it to look like partially done? Oh, that's weird. I feel like with a character you kind of have to go one or the other. Which, he is on the cusp, so it kind of does work with him being in color, but then everything, like, kind of in that back corner not being in color. So it could very much work there. We're gonna try it. I think I'm gonna edit his line art, though, to be darker. Specifically, woo. Let's try that again. Yeah, that's okay. That bit's okay. And then maybe some green up in this plant, just like part of it. So like it's reaching out to be painted, but it's only partially done. I don't know. I feel like there is definitely some artistic way that people do unfinished pieces like that. It's like, how do you plan for that? How do you do it? How do you do it? Oh, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. The wall makes you think of baby poop. Oh my god. That's okay. Watch this. Watch this. We're gonna make it more orange. It changed my paper too, but I'm not mad about that. We'll see. We'll see how we feel about the orange. I wonder, like, are we, I mean, time is like up, but is this how it's gonna be? Like, is this it? Is this the vibe? Do we do it? Oh. Alright, so, pretty sure, yep, sprint time is 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Alrighty. We managed to get through that sprint. Let me check, follow up with, because I missed quite a few of the comments. I was trying to like check back and forth, but yes, Phoenix, we love the rabbly babbly. You are always welcome. Okay. You went to go grab a snack. Excited about all the plans. Think it's funny. I had a how to create webcomics video suggested for me by YouTube. And I'm like, I first need to learn to draw. Also, speaking of stickers, I think my tabletop RPG kid character will be will be starring, sritting will be, I don't know what that word was supposed to be. I'm trying to figure it out. Maybe sending stickers for a sticker exchange. Oh, yes. We do have to have like our postcard sticker exchange thing. That's still in the plans for sure. And also losing track of what I'm talking about is the norm for my neurodivergent brain. Feels normal to me. Yeah, all the time. Just I'm like, my brain went in 10 different directions. Here we are. It amuses me to think of to-do list Tuesdays, which usually turns into tuckered out Tuesday. It does. Just the thinking of that giant to-do list is like, but I think this, like looking at the thumbnail and like just kind of glancing back and forth and not studying it too hard, it does kind of go for what I was envisioning, where you kind of see the sketch develop and having that thought of it's a to-do list, like they're in process of painting and blah 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 blah, like it works. I think less is more in terms of me like picking it apart, so we might have managed this. And enjoy watching and listening people get lost in their special interest and going down rabbit holes. Little hesitant about the color this time, really like it's sketchy. Absolutely can't wait for Patch Fox. I'd be more than happy to help out in whatever way I can. Absolutely. You guys are my alphas. Whether you want to be or not at this point, you're my alphas. Alright, and then it wasn't so bad with Co having color. Yeah, I would not do the timer to you guys. It doesn't bother me, but I'm not gonna do that to you guys. It does. The 30 minutes goes too fast. I feel like I do need to make it like 36 minutes or something, but then it doesn't, we don't get quite as many. So, but maybe it's nice that they're kind of quick sprints, so you can kind of do something and feel that energy stay. But writing to you, okay, that's what that word. Yes, your keyboard was trying to give me a code. Aw, I'm glad that was relaxing for you. You just gotta hang out and see the good stuff. Absolutely. What if you left his tail and webbed foot in sketch mode, but the rest of him colored in? Oh, we could try that. And that's when you said, yeah, the baby poop, so we changed it. The orange is a little bit better. Conveys a partially done project to-do list very well, actually, yes. So let me just try that with puddles. We saved, so there's gonna be like, ooh, that's the wrong thing. We can do it like there, and I think on his foot is on this layer actually. Why do you keep trying to color me orange? I just want you to be lines. Yeah, I like that. Excellent. Maybe we can do a little bit more. Ah, stop with the orange. Oh my gosh. I don't know how my program works. So maybe that is like a clean cut of that transition. What do you think? Let me know. Let me know. Obviously, it's a new image. We're getting used to it. We can make as many changes as we need to. Oh no, your keyboard started stuttering. Oh, I gotta sign it. But I also have to like put the... I'll do the text later for the thumbnail. But for now, we are gonna sign this bad boy. We're gonna sign it. Where are we gonna sign it? I guess this is as good a spot as any. One day we will just have a program that will automatically... I don't like wait. I like the M. Come on, I'm gonna keep the M. I cannot ever do my last name the same way. Ugh. Cursive. Curses. Do I have to do my last name? No. I'll just stick with the M. There. We never sign it the same way twice. That's how we avoid plagiarism. Nobody can guess how I'm going to sign it, so they can't pretend it's me. I like it with Les, but I do like his little butt being unfinished. Yeesh. His little butt. His little butt. Yeesh. Alright, well that's where it's gonna sit for now. I'm sure part of my brain is going to want to fix something by the time I come around to make the thumbnail text. But we can mark that off our list. Oh snap. Do that too far. Can't manage to get anything consistent in cursive, right? It's supposed to be like so beautiful, so blah blah blah, and it's so not consistent. Ever. It's never consistent. But I'm pretty happy with this. I'm pretty darn happy with this thumbnail. I think having that last sprint for like a Throwback Thursday is nice, so I can feel like I've been productive, but I also get something fun done. Whether or not I finish it is, you know, a totally different thing, but at least I can dabble and kind of keep that excitement. Yeah. And I'm gonna give it to you guys in the chitty chat. What color space are you in? You need to be in that space. Share that in the chat with you guys. Close the programs. We saved everything. We've checked. We checked off a couple things on our to-do list, a few pages of line art. We did the to-do Tuesday thumbnail. Add it to the list so we can cross it off. Beautiful. I do have to remember to like update it, but I think I should be good. I'll remember, guys. It's fine. Still have a good few things on the to-do list, but that's, as we discussed, that is the life that's the life we live. I like having mascot type fun last sprint. We end on such good energy after. Yes, mascot ones for sure, because if we're gonna get this coloring book going, we gotta like get all the ideas, and then it's like more stickers, and then eventually I will make that pin once I feel like it financially makes sense a little bit more. And then yeah, we can just have all the cute things, because I still have to get this guy digitally done so we can have baby cowboy Puddles join the ranks here. So definitely good vibes. Kitty's also done some good progress tonight with her costume. Phoenix, you did good progress with your, because you were working on you're reading your book for your experience for your TTRPG. So we all had a good night. And Thog is like working. Not that that's not fun, but it's, you know, it pays the bills, so. Yes, and my Throwback is still trying to get through Murder, She Wrote. I guess I'm not like trying to force myself to get through it, but it is definitely my cozy show right now, where, you know, even when things get dicey, I'm like, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's Jessica Fletcher. It's really fine. Nope, that's totally fine if you didn't feel like communicating and getting in the chat. No pressure at all. Glad you're here and you're still working on that stuff, but yeah, that's what I'm here for. I'm doing the talking, so you guys can use up the rest of my social battery and I will go be antisocial in like a minute, so it's fine. Paying bills is rather important, and you did read half a book, so Good things, good things. Can't wait for Cowboy Puddles. He's so adorable. He's just a bud. It's the Pudge, which I don't want to show you guys the design until it's a sticker, because I think if the sticker turns out right, it'll like be better than just seeing the design. We'll see. I tried a few special effects. That's all I'm gonna say. Some of the stickers have special effects that we're testing out, and I hope they did what I envisioned them doing. With that being said, when's our next stream? Our next stream is it Tuesday? Is next week the Tuesday? Yes. That's why we had to do the thumbnail. Duh. So the next scheduled stream will be Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, the 21st, usual time. I should be finishing reading the Up Twisted Tale within the next day or two, so I can have that review go up on Sunday for those who are curious. And then things are pretty much proceeding as usual. I've updated the calendar in both the Discord chat and on the YouTube post situation thingamabob. So things are updated. And yeah, that's it. Now we can just go enjoy the rest of our Throwback Thursdays doing whatever we want to do. Phoenix found the social steam and it's as Kitty ran out. Hey, it's all about balance. We take care of each other here. So if somebody can't hang it, we got you. We got you. You're considering rewatching Murder, She Wrote as well, since I keep mentioning it. I'm in season 7. I'm on episode 16 of season 7, so I'm not sure how close I am to finishing it, but I think there's 12 seasons. So I'm feeling pretty good about my progress. And I feel like I did spend my creative batteries and my hand is feeling it, so I don't think I will crochet tonight, but I will eventually get that stuff downstairs so I can crochet. We're just gonna go be vegetable on the couch and watch some Murder, She Wrote. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. We really do play off each other's energy the best and get to create wonderful creative things together, so I'm always happy to hang out and do this again. We'll be back on Tuesday. Midwestern goodbye, wrap up. Hydrate, have a good night, take care of yourselves, stretch. If you haven't got up and stretched in a minute, definitely do that. It's good for you, so they say. But I'm gonna hit the button and end everything for here tonight, and we'll see each other next week. Have a good weekend. We said all the things. Why are outros so hard? We've said everything. Good night, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.